UFC 292 press conference in Boston, Massachusetts from the TD Garden, where the UFC is back for the first time in nearly 4 years. And we're bringing the heat with one of the most stacked pay-per-view cards of the year. We start with our featured prelim bout of the night in the middleweight division. Up first to the stage, a staple at 185 pounds since making his UFC debut back in 2010. Now making his 23rd walk to the octagon on Saturday night, Brad Tavares. And his opponent, one of the best middleweights of all time, making his return to the octagon after a 2+ year absence. He is the former UFC middleweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the All-American Chris Weidman. Moving on to our main card, with our first fight taking place in the bantamweight division. Up first to the stage, a Brazilian finisher who's taken on all the toughest tests at 135 pounds. Coming off a win over Chris Gutierrez in April, Pedro, the young Punisher, Munhoz. Up next, one of the most dangerous fighters in the UFC, a finisher through and through with 8 knockouts and 8 submissions. He's won 4 of his last 5 fights against some of the toughest competition in the division. Here is Marlon Chito Vera. Staying in the bantamweight division, riding a 4-fight UFC win streak, with the last 3 all coming by way of first-round submission. Entering the biggest fight of his career, give it up for Mario Bautista! And his opponent, a submission specialist coming off the 3rd twister finish in UFC history less than 7 days ago. Tying the modern record for quickest turnaround between fights, and looking to make it 3 wins in a row, Damon Da Monster Blackshear. Up next, expect absolute fireworks in the welterweight division. First up, one of the hottest UFC prospects in recent memory, taking on his first-ranked opponent and coming off a first-round head kick knockout of Daniel Rodriguez in May. Put your hands together for the Irish sensation, Ian Machado Garry. Standing across the octagon, a stalwart in the UFC welterweight division. No fighter has more wins at 170 pounds, and no fighter creates more matchup problems for UFC legends and prospects alike. Please welcome the always game Haitian sensation, Neil Magny! And now for our co-main event. The UFC strawweight title is up for grabs. Introducing the challenger, looking to bring back another title to Brazil. Always coming for the finish with 11 of her 12 wins coming by KO or submission. She's won 7 of her last 8 fights and is now getting her first crack at UFC gold. Amandina Lemos. And her opponent, one of the most imposing fighters to ever compete at 115 pounds. She is the first Chinese-born champion in UFC history and is now looking to make her first title defense in her 2nd stint as champ, making her return to the octagon for the first time in over a year. Please put your hands together for the champ, Chinese megastar, Zhang Weili.
How are you today? Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. Who's got the first question?
I'll start on the back on the riser up here. I'll start with the champion, Aljamain Sterling. We see the green hair, we see the backpack. I'm curious, are these some mind games you're playing ahead of your fight with Sean O'Malley?
Yeah, you know, I gotta show a little Boston love, am I right? Am I right?
Another question for Aljamain. We haven't seen you next to Sean since you guys faced off in that octagon. Obviously, you've done a lot of tape study over the years. I'm curious, is there anything that Sean could present that you maybe haven't faced in the octagon, or that maybe a bigger threat that he poses from your past opponents?
I don't know, man. He decided not to stay at the fight hotel. He's been ducking me, doesn't want to look me in the eyes. So it is what it is. We got a couple of days, and I get to whoop this fraud's ass. Yes, let's hear it, baby. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Get loud, baby. Get loud. Ah!
Question for Sean O'Malley. At the media day, you clarified that your $100 bet that you proposed to Aljamain was who could score the first takedown. I'm curious, have you run into Aljamain to kind of place that bet in front of him again?
Where the fuck's Cody Garbrandt at? Sorry, what was the question?
Have you run into Aljamain to talk about this $100 bet that you were proposing?
Yeah, $100 is a lot of money to him, so if he, gets a takedown, I'll give him $100. Not a big deal.
Question for the champion, Weili. Jessica Andrade has said that she believes Amanda Lemos is a harder hitter than yourself, and she says that maybe even Amanda could finish you, maybe even a knockout. So I'm curious, when you watch Amanda's skill set and game plan on tape, does she present any problems?
所以伟丽，那你觉得这次面对拉莫斯，很多人都认为他会是一个很危险的对手，你觉得他会给你带来哪些威胁在比赛上？
莱蒙斯他是挺厉害的，他很强壮，然后他也很精准，但是我觉得我这次比赛会像水一样，不管他出现任何角度，我都会把他包裹起来。
Yeah, I know Amanda is a very dangerous opponent. She's fighting style is very physical. She has a precision. But this Saturday, I will fight like water. Like Bruce Lee said, be water. I will wrap around her. If she make any mistake, I will catch it and make her pay for that.
The question for Amanda. At Media Day, you said you felt you had the advantage everywhere against Weili. So I'm curious, what is your official prediction when you guys do face off on Saturday?
Amanda, você falou numa entrevista que você acha que você tem vantagem em todos os níveis, em todas as áreas. Então, onde você acha que tem mais vantagem no sábado?
Sábado, eu vou beber essa água. E não vai sobrar nenhuma gota.
Saturday, I'm going to drink that water, and there's not going to be any water left.
And final question for me, one more for Sean. Merab just sat down here in the front. It seems like he's wearing your jacket. I'm curious if you have any thoughts about Merab and his red jacket.
Let's go, Merab!
The only reason anyone knows Merab's name is because I handed him my jacket. That's it. Not even, it's just it.
Question for Ian Garry. Ian, yesterday at the media day, Neil had some words about you, said he's going to give you an arse whooping, teach you a lesson. I'm curious what you thought when you heard those comments.
I think Neil was given a fucking mic yesterday, and he should sit up here on the stage and say nothing. He put his fucking foot in the dirt. If he speaks today, he's going to be digging a hole. Nobody is allowed to ask Neil Magny a question today. He's to sit there and reflect on the shit that he said, because what he said was fucking ridiculous.
Why do you feel so strongly about it?
Did you watch the clip? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
So you heard word for word what came out of that man's mouth?
Yes, I believe he said he was going to give you this.
We are tackling a very, very big fucking issue here, mate. And he should sit there and fucking sit down, shut up, and just reflect on what he said.
I will have to go to Neil. Neil, I'm curious what you think when you hear this.
No. Neil's not answering a question. He's going to sit there and he's going to be fucking quiet. Nobody, there is no fucking right to ever put your hand on a kid ever. Discipline, anything.
You want to play victim so bad, bro.
Mate, you're a father. You never lay your fucking hands on a child ever.
You know exactly.
Yesterday you said
for a fact I'll never put a hand on my child.
Yesterday you said I'm a father. I've been accustomed to that type of beating.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm gonna whoop that ass on Saturday.
You can play victim all you want.
Nothing. You'll sit there, you'll shut up, and you'll do what you're told.
You can play victim all you want. You know what's gonna happen Saturday night.
Let's go, drown him out. I want to hear you fucking scream when he speaks, yeah?
Yeah, make sure you guys show up to carry him out,
hey,
too.
Honestly, shut your fucking mouth. Don't dig a hole.
Ed, I was, yeah.
Hey, don't dig a hole. Shut up.
Keep it up, keep talking.
I'll fucking talk all day long. On Saturday night, I'll jab you in the mouth and I'll break that fucking nose.
I guarantee you won't. I guarantee I will slap the fuck out of you up and down the mat. I guarantee you.
Mate, you get beat by fucking everybody. You're going to try clinch and have a boring fucking fight.
Which one you want? I guarantee you.
Mate, what are you going to do? You're going to put me up to the cage, you're going to try clinch, and you're going to have a bore fest.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Guarantee what?
You're getting your ass whooped Saturday night. I guarantee it. Wait till
whose ass have you ever whooped?
The guy that you're training with to try to beat me. That's for one.
Bro,
like, what are you
took this fight in 7 days
what
notice.
Are you talking about?
I got a long, lanky orthodox. I'm going to whoop your fucking ass.
You won't do a damn thing.
Shut the fuck up.
Who has the next question?
This is a question for Chris Weidman. Chris, I want to say welcome back. How does it feel knowing that you've gone through this hardship and now you're finally back in the sport and able to fight again?
Bro, I'm sorry. You got to repeat that. I did not hear you.
How good does it feel to be back and able to fight again?
Bro, this energy is amazing right now. It's surreal to be back, man. Let's go. Let's go. I'm just excited to be here, man. I'm excited to be healthy again. I'm excited to make that walk. And I'm excited to come back and become a world champion again and shock the world.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you about. There are some people thinking this is a comeback fight, but do you see this as a comeback run to the title?
100%, man. I feel like I'm an up-and-coming prospect again. I'm going for breakout fighter of the year, then I'm getting fighter of the year, and then I'll call it the day. But yeah, I feel amazing, man. I'm exactly where I need to be.
Welcome back. And for Brad, I'm sure it's a bit of a weird situation, right? Like everyone understands that Chris went through that hardship. So how does it feel for you to have to kind of play spoiler on that?
It is what it is. That's a job, you know what I mean? He's gonna be the guy standing across from me Saturday night, and I got nothing but respect for Chris, but at the end of the day, we're two guys fighting in there.
Do you think he will think twice before he throws that leg kick?
That's up to him. That's a question you gotta ask him.
Yo, as long as you're not gonna check the first one. You gotta let me get one in on you, please.
Hey, throw it.
All right. Just no shin, no knee. We're cool. I'll let you take one too. You can have one on me too. We'll be good.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sugar, you obviously got a big pop when you entered the arena. You're getting one right now. Even though you're not the champion, do you feel like you're the A side of this pay-per-view?
I don't even know what you said. What?
Do you feel like you're the A side of this pay-per-view? You hear the pops, you feel like you're like the biggest attraction?
Yeah, I feel like I'm Aljo's fighting for the sugar belt. I just feel like, I definitely feel like the A side. It's pretty obvious. But I still got to go in there and knock his ass out and just keep getting better and better and bigger and bigger.
And for Chito?
Aljo has like 7 people yelling Aljo. It's pathetic.
What'd you say, faggot? Where the real questions at? Who has this motherfucker fought? Who has this guy fought? Oh. He is going to get exposed on Saturday night. Exposed. I cannot wait. Yeah, take those glasses off. Let me see those pretty little eyes.
Who did your hair? That shit ugly as hell.
Oh, I know you like it.
Huh?
I know you of all people like it.
And for Chito.
Go ahead, yeah.
Chito, not long ago.
Oh shit, Chito's here? What the fuck? I didn't know that.
You were being talked as a guy that was gonna fight for the belt. You had a hiccup, but you're here back fighting another top contender in Pedro Munhoz. 2 questions. How far do you see yourself from the belt, and what do you make of this title fight right here?
I just need to win Saturday night. That's all that matters. I work hard. I'm ready to go. And Whoever wins in that main event doesn't matter, but I'm coming for that belt. Whoever is there, I'm gonna kick their asses. I'm ready to go.
Sean said if he wins the title, he'd like his first defense to be against you. What would you say to those comments?
Sean can go and fuck himself.
And lastly, for Dana, we're here in Boston. What does it mean to host an event of this magnitude in your hometown?
What's the question?
What does it mean for you to host an event of this magnitude in Boston?
Yeah, this is the biggest gate we've ever done here, and it's the biggest gate in Garden's history except for a Celtics finals. So it's awesome to be back in Boston, and it's awesome to get this kind of support from you people. Thank you.
Pedro back here. Big fight coming up. The atmosphere in here is absolutely incredible. Give us your thoughts about this matchup with Marlon Vera and how important it is for you to remind everybody how good you are in this bantamweight division for those who forgot.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's gonna be a tough fight Saturday night. You know, Marlon is a tough fighter, very durable, but I believe that I'm better than him in all aspects of the fight. My skills is better than his. It's gonna be a dog fight. And Saturday night, I can't wait. It's gonna be a battle.
And for you, Mario, I know your original opponent fell out, Cody Garbrandt not here, but still you have a very tough test in Damon Blackshear. You're up at the press conference. Your teammate's about to headline and fight for a world championship. What does this all mean to you?
Oh, I'm just glad I got this opportunity. You know, someone stepped up, and whether it's Cody or Damon, someone's
Let's go, Mario! And then for you, Damon, like you said at Media Day yesterday, sort of a breezy situation for you. No, not a lot of pressure, 7-day turnaround, twister submission in your last fight. What has this fight week been like for you? And how crazy has this stretch been over these last 7 or so days?
It's been absolutely amazing. It's been an incredible experience, and I just can't wait to dominate.
And then last question, Dana. For weeks, for years, people are saying, when are you coming back to Boston? When are you coming back to Boston? This is the city everybody's been asking about for the last 4 years. Is this living up to the hype? This crowd is on fire. Is this living up to everything you expected after everybody's been hounding you for the last 4 years?
Yeah, like I just said a minute ago, we're sold out. Highest gate ever, one of the highest gates ever in Boston Garden history. It's good to be home.
And over here for Dana, there's been a lot of discussion recently about who the greatest bantamweight of all time is. Do you feel like the guy sitting to your right now, is he the greatest bantamweight as it stands, or is he fighting for that on Saturday?
Yeah, you know, I was talking about, if you don't know, yesterday, and we were walking through the guys that he's beat. Obviously, Saturday night is a big night for O'Malley to possibly win and become world champion. And then for him to knock off the #2 contender in the world right now and continue to build his legacy. It's a big fight on Saturday night for both of these guys.
He's expressed interest if he wins this fight in moving up to featherweight. Is he one of those guys that you would go along with that and allow him to do that if he wins?
He don't want to fight, Bulk.
Was that for me? What's the question?
That was for you. I was wondering if Aljamain wins this and wants to move up, would you allow that?
Sure.
The difference between me and you, Sean, is I actually embrace the challenges. I actually try to put my neck on the line and take the big fights. Who do you take the easy fights? Oh, I'm not getting paid enough. I want to fight this guy because he's not a big name. I'm not getting paid enough for that. I'm not going to take that fight, you little bitch ass. Solved. Just like that. Solved. After this fight, he's going to be drinking Saddy Dads when I'm done with him on Saturday night.
And my last question, also for Dana. The Ultimate Fighter finale is on this card as well. Can you talk about this season, how it went from your perspective, and is Conor McGregor going to be in attendance on Saturday?
Yeah, it was a good season. Obviously, it's a season that got a ton of exposure with ESPN. And no, Conor will not be here on Saturday.
Question for Dana. Question for Dana right here. Given the rich sports history in this town and you calling it home, how important was it for you to bring 2 title fights and some of the sport's biggest stars back to Boston with you?
Yeah, no, listen, everywhere we go, we want to put on the best card possible, but coming back here, like the gentleman over here said, it was a ton of hype to get back to Boston, and I love this card. So I'm excited for Saturday. And like I said, the fans have been incredible here, and the gate is amazing. Sell out, and I couldn't say enough good things about it. Yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you. Who's got the next question? Go ahead, brother.
你好，伟力，我是来自中国咪咕的媒体人张博峰。刚才像你所说的，你想这场比赛打得像水一样，但刚才你的对手莱莫斯说他会把你喝干，但是我们地球呢是用水组成的。
是。
那本场比赛你是如何会像水一样去打败他？
对我刚才。
Hold on, Weili. Hold on. Go ahead. Let her translate. Go ahead. What do you say?
So Weili, you just say you want to fight be like water on Saturday night, but your opponent say she will drink the water. So how will you fight be like water on Saturday night? Can you explain that?
Okay, I'm sea water. 我是海水，可以喝得干净吗
？Bro, I am the ocean. How possible she can drink?
Is there so 伟力有没有一些详细的对这场比赛的计划 ？So is there any specific game plans for your opponent?
我觉得不管站立、地面还是摔跤，我觉得都可以，都没问题。
Yeah, we can play at every area in the MMA game. Striking, grappling, wrestling. Yeah, let's do it. Where she wants to play, I can do it. Let's dance together.
肯定会是一场非常精彩的比赛。
It's gonna be a super exciting fight on Saturday night.
伟力，你目前代表着全世界女性在最高的舞台上去战斗，并且的话，你代表着所有亚洲人在整个 UFC 的一个亚洲女性在 UFC 的一个希望。那么本场比赛的话，将会你是创造历史性的一个时刻。那么在此之后的话，你有没有想对数以百万计的你的粉丝想说的话
？So Weili, you are represent the highest level of female MMA fighter right now. So the Saturday night, you may make another history. So what you want to say to the millions of fans in the world of you right now?
我觉得，请大家坚持，不管跟任何女性说，我都想说，请大家坚持自己的梦想。
Yeah, I want to say to everybody, you should chase your dream, never give up, and then you will be where you want to be.
This question's for Dana White. First and foremost, welcome back to Boston. Welcome back home. From one former Boston resident to another, welcome back to the home of the greatest sports franchises on planet Earth. Welcome back home, Dana.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
So, obviously you saw the success and it sold out the TD Garden. Is it part of the business plan to bring it back to the Boston market more often?
Yeah, well, obviously since COVID, there's a lot of places we have to hit that we haven't been to in a long time. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how soon we'll be back, but any excuse I can get to come back, I take.
This place is crazy, but this is a question for Buckmaster and for Sugar Sean. Conor McGregor said that his main event fight in 2015 attributed to cement his spot as the face of the UFC. What does a win here mean for both of you in cementing both your legacies? First with Buckmaster and then with Sugar Sean.
I mean, my resume speaks for itself, man. I don't gotta brag. I don't gotta boast. Numbers do not lie. Saturday night after I dispose of this fraud show, that's it. You guys ain't gonna be talking about no sugar stevia no more. High fructose corn syrup is getting poured out in the Boston River. In the Boston River. Let's go. Let's go.
Question for Neil Magny. You faced a lot of young fighters with height. Is there anything that stands out from Ian Machado Garry that you haven't noticed from previous opponents?
No, I told you. Snow. He's not allowed to answer any questions. He's to sit there and be quiet all night. I told you this. He's to sit there and be quiet all fucking night. All night. Every time he talks, every time he says shut up.
Every time you
fucking speak.
Shut it up.
Every time you speak, you need to hear the words that came out of your mouth at that press conference yesterday. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Saying you're gonna lay hands on a fucking child. Imagine that. What the fuck are you talking about? Sit there, shut your mouth, and reflect on what you said.
That's the only warning. Not mention my child.
Put that fucking shovel away.
That's the only warning.
And stop
shut your mouth.
chatting
Don't mention my child again. That's the only warning.
Mate, shut
Next question,
up.
please.
Thank you, Schmo.
Question for Mario Bautista. As a sparring partner with Sugar Sean O'Malley, what do you think the people are overlooking the most in this fight with the champion Aljamain Sterling?
Well, we already know Sean's a great stand-up fighter, but you know we might see some of his ground game and some of his chokes, so that's something Aljo's got to be worried about.
And lastly, for Sugar Sean, why should the champ be hesitant to shoot on you and grapple with you Saturday evening?
Dun-dun-dun, Sports Center's top 10 plays coming in at number 1. Sugar Sean O'Malley knocks out Aljamain. Poop stain, Sterling!
We got one more, Lene. What do we got? Lene. Do we got one more?
Yeah, Sean, right here, Sean. I'm just wondering, is this fight a knockout or bust, or do you have the tools to win a decision over 5 rounds?
Yeah, of course. Every single fight I go into, I'm looking for the knockout, but I'm always capable of winning in every single way, just like pretty much everybody in that steps in the octagon is. But I definitely have the tools to win in multiple ways. Knockout's just the way I
Talk like a man, bro. Talk like a man. You sound dehydrated. What are you, cutting weight? You cutting weight already? Crash diet not working?
And that last one for me, Aljo. Sean's been coming at your weight cut on Twitter. How are you looking on weight? You tired or you got energy?
Oh man, you guys already know the routine, baby. I am shredded. I can't wait to get larger than charge so I can beat this guy's ass. I tell you that. Messing up my suit.
Go ahead, brother. What do you got?
This question's for Ian Garry. Ian, yesterday you said you're gonna finish Neil with something at the 8-minute mark. What do you see in his style that makes you believe that?
Neil is slow, he's getting older, he's sloppy, he makes a lot of mistakes. I'm a new generation of fighters coming up in this division. You see all the new youth in this division. There's me, there's Jack Della Maddalena, there's Shavkat, there's Kamzat. We're coming in here and we're gonna make examples of people like Neil. And Neil is not gonna be able to deal with my speed. Boston, I promise you, you are gonna get a fucking finish for the ages. I want every single fucking one of you on your feet. And I'm gonna show you that the Irish are back. Thank you.
You good? Boston, I love you, thanks. We're gonna get these guys up here and square them off. We'll see you at the weigh-ins.
There's a look at Sean O'Malley. Says he's good enough and marketable enough to be